Oh, it's not Dan. Hey, guys, welcome to the Oceania cast. This is the first day of the new Stage 2 Oceania League. I'm here today with Jackie. Jackie,
Hey.
how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very good indeed. Thank you very much. So, since we were last with you for the Oceania League, we have had a lot of changes, actually. We had some teams merge. We had the biggest shuffle since 5-card blackjack. I don't know. VOX, obviously, taken one of immunity players. They've got Yaman in there now. And we've got Streamline back in action again. One of the teams that survived the shake-up, somewhat, anyway, from last time. They've got some players, I think, from the Chiefs. I think Nova used to play for the Chiefs, and now he's in Streamline as well. So, going to have all new lineups here in Oceania. Being a very turbulent off-season, but we'll see how things go on herein. I'm quite curious, actually, to see if the teams are going to stabilize now. Obviously, you know, Oceania is a region which has had a lot more action in it in the last, say, 6 months than it previously did. You know, lots of international orgs coming in there and trying to provide some kind of support. And, you know, we had, obviously, Oceanic teams in our finals, which we will have for our Stage 2 finals as well. So quite a lot to play for these guys. But, again, I hope that there's, you know, there's peace now. Because that was quite a big shuffle indeed. Like, trying to organize the qualifiers and so on, my head was just exploding trying to figure it all out. You can see the odds there from eGaming Bets and CSGO Launches. Of course, VOX heavy favourites. Didn't make it to the finals last time. In fact, it was immunity. However, VOX were in the region around the same time. They were here for Gfinity and stayed around for some other tournaments as well. VOX, you would probably still consider the #1 team in Oceania, despite the failure to get to the finals for FACEIT for Stage 1. So, you know, you'd have to expect them to be a heavy favourite here.
Yeah, I'd hope to see them sort of really on their A game in this matchup against Streamline. Because Streamline are a good team. It just seems that at the minute, they just need a little bit more time with sort of a couple of changes, and they could really start doing a lot of damage.
And also with the VOX lineup, obviously they had Top Gun previously. However, because of his, you know, the rest of his life commitments, you know, being married and so on, he couldn't play as much as he may have liked to. So now they've got Yam in the team. They have a lot more time to play together as a unit, which makes them even stronger. And we've seen at Gfinity how strong a team they are. They took many scalps. And they have super strong strats. I know, I think Steel and maybe Days as well have been making videos recently going over VOX's strats at the European tournaments they've been attending and just been thinking they're amazing. And I remember I was at home watching, I don't know who it was that VOX played, but one thing I quite liked was when JKS was on long. He was on long from A slope, and he peeked a player, then moved back, and VOX had a player on short and 2 players in CT, and they basically waited and peeked as 4 instead of 1, which is a thing that I don't think many teams from Europe or North America would be doing at the moment. So again, a very well-oiled team are the VOX guys, and their strength does go all the way up to their management as well. They are a very intelligent group, one of the smarter guys in the team at the moment. And again, Streamline, not so much we can say about them purely because it's a new lineup now, so compared to last season. So we'll have to wait and see what they have to offer. VOX going to start on the CT side. So Streamline going to be up against it. They will need their executes if they are to prevail here on the T side against what you can expect to be a very strong showing from VOX.
Of course, I mean, really, the ones to watch sort of on Streamline is players like teddyt, who can just completely shut stuff down with an AWP. Like, we saw it before. Me and Haas were casting. He just pulls out some ridiculous stuff, so he's definitely someone to be contending with.
teddyt sounds like the name of like a UK garage DJ. When you used to listen to pirate radio and they'd announce like the people playing at the club, and it's teddyt, and you have like echo coming on and stuff. Alright, so teddyt and co are ready to begin the proceedings. There's a new guy, Yam. Yom Bom Shalom, I like that, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I know you VOX are over the moon at having Yam on the team now. So I expect them to be even stronger than they were before. So we'll see what the setup is. We've seen quite often CTs favouring having like one guy playing passively over towards A and stacking the B site. This time, however, it's going to be the opposite from VOX, who are going for a 2-2-1 setup, A mid to B. You can see Havoc there just going for some peeks. Keeping an eye on A main. And there's an early boost here as well from VOX, which will slowed down the option for Streamline, but they're going to find a headshot.
That was cheeky, but unfortunately this time around, Havoc picking up a cheeky frag there as well as a deoxiDE. Trying to even up these numbers. So Streamline have a lot of control at mid there, though. If they do pull off this boost, they won't really be greeted by much of a defense apart from SPUNJ.
Oh, that's a bit rude.
Well.
Havoc still keeping an eye on mid, and he's got the bomb down as well. The bomb's somewhat in no man's land, which means that Streamline have to commit. They've only got 2 plays left versus the 4 on VOX. And Havoc's just going to stand his ground there, finally go down to teddyt, but he's done a lot of work for his team. You can see AZR moving back into the site in a position where he can have a crossfire with his teammates. Does have SPUNJ with him as well. And JKS going to just come for the flank from B, just in case they're running distraction. Shadow's going to give the game away there for teddyt, and AZR will clean up on the site to make it a very nice hold indeed from VOX. So, you know, to start with, they've pretty much shut down a lot of the options there for Streamline. Having Havoc peeking A main very early on gives them a fountain of information. And then having the boost in mid as well, until he got headshotted already. But, you know, they really just closed down the map and put Streamline in a bit of a chokehold there very early on.
Yeah, and even then, though, when he did get taken down, he knew what was going on so well from getting that much information that it didn't matter too much for VOX.
So we can see Streamline looking to favour the A sites now. VOX with pretty much the same setup as they had previously, just minus some aggression here and there. So we may see the smokes coming up from VOX, sorry, from Streamline. And once in Squeaky with a smoke, there are a few variations to the smokes that can be done there. A while ago, you used to see people throwing a smoke on the corner of the door. Oh, that's going to be a nice nade there. Only 1 frag so far for Streamline, but can they get the bomb plant? Havoc's holding down the site for now, and it's only teddyt in the smoke. Ah, he's trying to get the plant that faces the short area, but the smoke's dissipating. He's going to get it anyway. That was absolutely ridiculous. You can see where the line starts in the top right corner of your screen there. That's where he ideally wants to get the plant. So basically, there's a desperation plant you can do on the site, which is essentially what he just did. The way I normally do it is have 4 guys main and then throw that smoke in. And then it's basically Operation Human Shield to try and rush the site, maybe with P250s. And or the last player comes in with the bomb to try and get the plant. You have to be careful though, because if the CTs go for a flank and you lose the bomb, then the round's pretty much over. But at the cost of a smoke and a few pistols, it won't be that bad. However, Streamline do get the plant in, and they will find themselves on the eco for this round.
Yeah, look, once again, they're trying to get mid control here with that double boost. This could be pretty big if they manage to get the frag onto the mid player. deoxiDE just biding his time before he faces Yam.
You can see AZR was just jumping there, just in case someone was already crawling into A main. The T's have a better timing to get into A main than the CTs do, which means they can be behind the box. That's going to be a nice nade to do some good damage there. Nice little lazy flash from Yam. That's $1,200 for him, looking for another 600, but he's not going to find it. teddyt going to get the trade. And AZR coming out with the Tech 9, but it won't do the job. However, all the remaining players are heavily tagged. So Havoc just going to hold down the vent area. Looking for potential traders close up, but it's going to be Nova left, the old Chiefs player. I say old, but he's pretty young. Left to see what he can do, and he'll get cleaned up as well.
So it's going to be interesting to see what Streamline are going to up to do now that we're getting into the buys. Pretty interesting. All of them opting to go for the AKs. Cash looked with an issue there, but teddy was actually pretty good at aggressive style AWP, if I remember correctly, so that might be something they do try out later on in the game.
Yeah, I think deoxiDE had enough money to drop the AWP, but he would have been limited on nades. They've got 5 mollies, which suggests that they might have something planned here. We have Moey in a position where he could potentially throw a Molotov into the mid-vent a bit later on. But for now, again, VOX opting for the 2-2-1 setup with 1 person on B. That's going to be JKS playing from the headshot area of the site.
Yeah, fairly quiet at the minute. Everyone just taking their time before they get into any engagements. So there's a lot of mid-pressure there, though, from VOX. They've pushed up fairly fast. They do know what is going on. SPUNJ is there as the first line of defense. Just watch him boost, just in case.
So, well, Monty's been lost at some point. I didn't even notice that. But deoxiDE is looking for the peak, and he's going to find the tag there. Very nice play by him. And look at the movement from Streamline. They're going to play off this pick. And VOX expecting such. Almost a full rotation there. JKS just going to keep a passive eye on B. But I think SPUNJ has the info, which will be the full rotation here from VOX.
They're really just getting completely mowed down now. And it's all come down to teddyt firing away, wants to stay alive, wants to stay in it. Get AZR's fairly low, but he's not going to be bothered as he still was able to pick up the headshot.
Yeah, that's nice movement from AZR. I think he was expecting the nade to come out there. The way he went for the peak, trying to catch him with a nade in his hand, and he did exactly that. So they maybe had a good read on the situation there to get the USP kill. Because he SPUNJ on the MP7 now, expecting the eco, wanting to make some bank.
Yeah, he should really rack up a couple of grand here, as they're not going to be able to put up much of a resistance. Charging to B fairly early on, though, just slowing it down a bit now as they group. This
is a really nice setup from the CTs. This is kind of what you see from Titan with Existence and RPK. So SPUNJ going to go for an instant peek, but the flash should come in from the teammate, and that's going to be a free kill for SPUNJ. Very nice play indeed. He's going to get 2 for his money, and JKS should be able to clean up the rest. I don't think Streamline will make it over to that MP7. Yam coming in for support from the vents as well. USP once again comes out, the 007 to finish things off. And only 1 down, SPUNJ. Again, he did have the eco buy and the advanced position, so that will be fine.
Yeah, they're playing fairly well at the minute. VOX on their game. Streamline once again now getting the AKs. They've got the mollies again as well. 3 mollies there. You might be able to burn someone out of position, get a little bit of an opener. This time setting up more favourable to the B side, not going for these A takes that we've been seeing fairly often.
JKS a lot more aggressive now in the B bomb site. He's in checkers, holding an angle. I presume there's a smoke down there. Nice spray by Yam to get 1, but they're not going to know how many are in mid because of those smokes. JKS has to watch his back now as he's the only person in B. He's got to be very careful. He's going to move back into a more passive position because he's vulnerable. SPUNJ finding another frag onto Nova. 5 versus 3 now.
Starting to drop. JKS falling back, trying to get himself into a better position. Could go huge here if he does dare to do so. Of course he does. Charging through. He's able to get 1, but unfortunately that's all he's going to get today as teddyt shuts him down very early on. As they're charging through the vent. No fear behind Mo. Is able to stop him, and that'll be the bomb now. Loose in an open spot. teddyt not in a great position.
teddyt unlucky there, but again, that's really good decision making from AZR. He sees the player throwing the flashbang, and that player will think, I'm throwing a flash, the guy can't peek, but he's got time to push through the flash, and he does exactly that. He was unlucky to get the not get the two-man spray down there, actually. But again, very, very good play there by AZR, playing against what you expect. So nice play. So I think we're going to be paused for a few minutes. So again, it's a very good start for VOX. And you can see they've gone for 5 mollies here, and they are rolling in the cash at the moment. Things looking limited for the Streamline team. So again, it's a good start. We're expecting a strong beginning from VOX, and that's exactly what we're seeing. And again, the team play is so strong there. You saw the flash, and SPUNJ basically used himself as bait there in the checkers area when he had the MP7. Because normally on say a full buy round, you'll have say on Titan RPK in that area, and Existence will be playing the headshot. But Existence is actually the initial peak. So he can run distraction trying to get people from headshot, and RPK can just pop out. Or if they choose to go aggressive, Existence can throw the flashbang, the pop flash, and then RPK can pop out. But SPUNJ, obviously, against the eco, he's got the range to have a peak, so he's just going to do that with the MP7, spray them down a little bit, then go around. They'll think, oh, he's just there with the MP7, let's rush him. Flash comes in, 3 kills. Very nice indeed.
Yeah, it's interesting as well, because I think you can sort of see the difference where Streamline, they know what they want to do. It's just getting those executes every time. They can take the aim battles. It's just the sort of, that perfect execute of the site. Whereas VOX sort of have that more teamwork base. They know what they're doing, and they get the pincer of position in really early, and they can shut it down. So it's good communication there from VOX that know sort of how to counter it.
But that's also the problem with a new team. You look at Kingwin in Europe, for example, and you're a brand new team. There are 7 maps you need to practice for, which means 14 halves, where you need to practice your CT setups and your T executes, which are often going to be the ones which are lacking if you have to pick one you've got to concentrate on. And obviously Streamline with a new lineup are going to be lacking over time in the T executes. So essentially you can see them playing for picks now, just waiting for a CT to peak, trying to get that opening, which they play on. But also VOX are aware of this, so you see like when that pick came in on A, where the player was jumping up and got popped, VOX immediately moving in a large wave over to that site as well. So Streamline maybe needs to try and play against that. See JKS bouncing that smoke already. And normally you see a player playing the vents area, as we mentioned before. So again, JKS just playing solo in a smart position. That position would probably allow him to avoid most flashbangs. And you can see T's like to jump over the box as well. He would have a jump on that.
He's going to start to back off though. Doesn't want to put up anything too risky just yet. It's a very slow round from Streamline. They're just...
Again, you've got AZR peeking in A main, which is a lot of info for VOX. But normally, well, often you would find people rotating based on that information and having nobody there. But they're still holding steadfastly at the moment with only JKS on B-bomb site. And that may be a mistake, as there are 2 fast frags here for the Streamline team. And this could be their first round on the board. Yeah,
that could be big as well. And you can see the rotate coming round. One's going to have to go through vents. He might be able to get the kill onto the player just sitting in checkers. He was able to shut him down. And it's all gone wrong for the CTs. They're just getting blown away. But Havoc wants to change that. He's not going to be able to, though. That is unfortunate for him.
So maybe Streamline there identifying that they're playing 1B and exploiting that. But again, I think they could have possibly, VOX could have possibly used the information they had with nobody in A main and put people closer to, say, A flip to mid or who knows. Anyway, Streamline with their first round on the board. And they will have a lot of nades themselves. And now you have the 2-man push here from Squeaky by VOX. So now they're really looking for the information and playing on it. Not just with 1 man, but with 2. So this could be trades for a boost. They'll need to watch the opposite directions as well, because they could get peaked at the same time just by chance. They're only expecting 1. AZR taking down a second. And again, unlucky to not find Monts there. But that's information for his team as to where the other T's might be. Maybe they're going to try and get the trade again for his team. SPUNJ, he had the crosshair on the head, but the gun wasn't ready to fire, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm going to try and slow things down here as Streamline have a 2-pronged assault if they want it towards A, with control of mid and short from Moey.
Yeah, this could be fairly interesting if they manage to pull it off. Does Yam realise he is so close, though? Not this time, as he taps away and is able to get the first frag and the second. That's lovely play by Mo there. Going to be finishing up that round. The second one on the board for Streamline. They're starting to get back into the groove of things.
Yeah, and they've put VOX in a difficult situation financially. Maybe discussing what they're going to do. SPUNJ with a bit of extra money going to get a CZ, but other than that, no investment whatsoever from VOX. They definitely want to keep their money high for the forthcoming rounds. And this should be another one for Streamline. We've got a 4-man stack into mid here, and teddyt might get a jump on this. Got to be careful for that crossfire from the white box, however. That's not the time to get the nade out, Teddy. Only by yourself, no one to cover you. And he's going to give up an AK to Yam. 3 versus 4 now. Streamline heading towards the A site, which is currently clear.
It's unlucky indeed, and theoretically they should just be able to lock this down and play it safe. The rest of the CTs just backing off. Yam is probably going to want to try hold on to that AK for as long as he can, as they're just lurking around at mid. Wants to see if he can find any more frags here. Only be able to.
Got a Moey looking for the late flankers there, and he's going to come out and get 1 frag. That's the AK down as well, so JKS remained, and he may try to pick up that AK and save it for the next round if he can. Moey's quite tagged as well, so he's got to be careful, but JKS is going to try a different approach and fall to Mont on the flank. So another round in the bag for Streamline, and they survive with 4 players. You can see their monies are starting to build as well, which means they can continue the pressure on the CT economy, which, as you can see, is non-existent following this buy.
Yeah, this is a real struggle for them. They're not going to be feeling too happy about that one. Streamline, once again, going for these A plays. 2 players on A, playing fairly close. You've got the B push, though, coming out. Yam charging in, very aggressive. Could he go big here? Gets 1. And that's all that's going to be there to try and hold him back. Let's boost through vent there. Get him over to mid very quickly. Moey taking a bit of damage through the door, but he's going to be firing back.
That's a really nice play by VOX, getting that early pick. They're not overextending, getting the hell out of there. And at the same time, Streamline not going for an early push into mid, which allows, well, it forwards VOX those extra men towards the B-bomb site. And they just quickly put 4 people towards A, just in case Streamline felt pressured. So VOX really reading the game well at the moment, and they've reformed back into a 2-1-2 setup with a 2-man stack towards the kind of forklift area on A, which is actually just moving again into a different formation. That Go TV buck is hilarious. The bomb squiggly line. Nade, sorry. Right, so they have an idea as to what might be going on here. And VOX winning all the duels at the moment. Oh, Yam just bringing down the hammer on deoxiDE's head. And it's left to Nova with the bomb, with an AK, with 20 seconds to find maybe 5 CTs who are all moving in towards his position. SPUNJ gonna rip his face off. Closed casket funeral for Nova. And Streamline's opportunity to break VOX again has passed for now.
Yeah, that is a real shame indeed. But now finally we do see the AWP coming out. Moey is the one opting to pick it up. Let's see if he can maybe change things up a bit now. Get a pick. Get Streamline in there early. Speed things up a little bit. Go in mid. Gonna see what he can do. Unfortunately nothing just yet. There'll be a smoke to block him off. He's gonna reposition. Just come over for the boost here. He might just be able to find the frag onto Yam if Yam does get a little bit too aggressive for his boots right now.
I think you saw a hint of a CT there. And you'll probably hold that angle for a little while. But VOX with firm control of mid at the moment. Are they aware of the pressure coming towards them on the A site? Oh, Havoc. Gonna absolutely wreck Nova through the door. And that's going to be a bit of information as well for the CTs. And we'll see how they change up their formation. Yam going for a timing push through mid doors, so the flank could be real here. Again, there's a lurker towards B, however, he's not really causing any distraction at the moment. We'll see if he can flank the flank. Oh, Yam's got to spot the nade, and that's the bomb as well. That's what I'm talking about. When you have the smoke being thrown by the bomb carrier and he's the last man, then it can all fall apart for you. Now it's a case of where is Mont? He's got 4 to find, and he's not going to find any of them, apart from the cold steel from a warm barrel. Another round in the bag for VOX.
He's just gone absolutely huge there, really. I mean, look at him. He's just doing damage across the board currently in this matchup. It's ridiculous. Really, definitely a strong player.
Yeah, I think it's probably better to leave the bomb early A main, so people on the A site can't hear it thrown on the floor. However, if there's an aggressive CT in mid, he might hear it, depending on how early you leave it there. Because yeah, if the smoke carrier has the bomb and gets taken out like that, that's round over straight away. Okay, so it looks like Streamline are going to go for an execute, probably a wall of smoke into the mid area now. Indeed, just a pop flash. There's no wall of smoke required, although it might be sensible since they are on the eco here. They don't have the range that they might otherwise have. Double peek here from VOX, always playing the numbers game. And Havoc should get caught with his gun out. Indeed he will. teddyt going to take him down. 2 players lost here for VOX. Streamline looking to do more. AZR though going to come in from the back. And make it 9-3. Right, so the money of Streamline starting to wane. Some might say the stream has been blocked. Oh yes. Give me the high fives on Twitter for that one. Okay, so we've got 4-man push towards B. Are they going to go for a fast rush here? Monster's in a position where he can try and hold a rotation. Well, he's towards A main, it seems. But if he goes towards mid, if they take B, then he can pretty much lock down the vents from 2 or 3 different areas. So Streamline slowing things down at the moment. I don't know if they're looking for a peek. Peek might come from JKS. So he's moving forward, moving back again. We do have SPUNJ in the checkers area also.
Spamming away, seeing if he can find anything, but not quite yet.
That is the wrong button from Nova. I think he right-clicked instead of left-click, and that is a... That's hilarious.
He's got weak arms, couldn't throw the grenades, just,
yeah.
Just sort of stumbled out.
Nova needs to go to the gym. He's got nerd arms. So, that's the tactic out the window. SPUNJ going for a nice pop flash there to get some information, and I think the game might be up here. Second pop flash coming in. This time his teammate will peek. And he will get another one. So Streamline messing up that Molotov must have given the game away. And the aggression comes out at the right time from VOX, and now the hunt is on. It's a bit battle royale. Moey running for his life here. Doesn't have the bomb. Could get the flank on a player, but there's actually 15 seconds left. So he's better off dead at this point. And dead he is.
Just getting tracked down there by 3 people straight from behind. He was not in too much of a great spot. Look at this. VOX are just ridiculously rich right now. And on the other side of things, we see Streamline. They're struggling to get a hot meal right now. It's not going too great at all. And They're opting to just pick up a couple of pistols, a couple of Molotovs, and one Galil there on Mon.
Yeah, it's the last round of the first half, and this is all they can muster.
Aggressive B plays once again. JKS, though, he's got the confidence to get himself in a bit of a nicer position. He can actually go fairly big if they do carry on this warpath.
Okay, so after the false start from Nova on the first attempt, he's going to get the mollies in, but they've got to push the smoke, and that's never going to be a good idea against VOX. Frags coming in all over the place, running out of bullets. One-man advantage, excuse me. But they still have the bomb to Streamline, and they've got a minute to play as well, so they could slow things down here, trying to reset the situation. The bomb has been abandoned for now. Mont has fallen, now it's a 3 versus 1, and Moey needs to use the position he has and try and surprise the remaining VOX players who are just sitting in wait. Yam gonna make it 11-3. Oh, sorry, it's the second last round. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life?
They finally have cash over that last round, and once again, Moey picking up this AWP. If he can actually finally connect this shot, if they can get in there and actually speed things up a little bit, this could be big. They are actually fairly good at getting those entries usually, so smoke up mid. There we go.
I'm not sure if that was the plan.
They're going to be held back anyway there because that Molotov won't be able to go in fairly early.
JKS has already flanked Mont, but I'm not sure if he's even seen him. Mont is in checkers at the moment, and SPUNJ is going to do the cleanup. It's going to be the janitor with the gun for that one. So deoxiDE's advanced in a main at the moment. Maybe looking towards Car. Oh, that's a nice angle from Moey. But Yam is going to take him by surprise here, and down he goes, and that AWP may be unretrievable. Oh, the bomb's up there as well, I think, which means that Streamline are going to have to come together and boost. Otherwise, they need to find 5 players in the minute they have remaining. Let's have a look once Teddy gets around the corner. Oh, fortunately for them, it is on the floor. I've seen that before, very recently actually in Cash. But there's 1 player left in the bomb, stuck on the boost spot.
From behind though, Teddy is getting flanked. Does he realise? Yes, he does. Shuts down Yam. This is good. 2v3 situation. It's not looking too bad. If they can keep getting these picks, keep the ball rolling, they might be able to do something here.
They've got time to slow it down, which means that VOX will have to re-rotate someone over towards B just in case. That's going to be JKS heading there, but again, he's holding a passive line just in case he needs to rotate. Door of opportunity has been opened by Nova, and it's been closed by AZR. Gets traded by Teddy. Again, Teddy with a nade up. He needs to be careful, doesn't know where these players are. And SPUNJ will come in from the rear with the gear to make it 12-3 to VOX. I was expecting a solid CT side. Again, just purely because Streamline have a roster change, a heavy roster change. You know, they're unlikely to be prepared to do T-side cash versus a team the strength of VOX with the longevity of VOX.
Yeah, because I mean, you can see they can take the aim battles, they can land their shots when they need to, and it's big, like big frags whenever they need them. It's just unfortunate when it comes to those actual executes, there's just slight mishaps or people not watching the correct angles when it comes to just getting flanked, like the round we saw where the smoke carrier got killed. Sorry, the bomb carrier who had the smoke, and then everything just fell apart.
Absolutely. So Streamline with a small window of opportunity on the second half, which definitely requires the pistol. Should they need to, you know, if they want to get back into this, basically. If they lose this pistol, then I think this is going to get closed out pretty quickly indeed. So again, if you are just joining us, we are into Game 1 of Stage 2 of the Oceanic part of our league. Again, you know, Oceania, sometimes they use servers in Perth, for example, and they have tournaments with the Southeast Asia region, because that's like the most average ping, I suppose, when they're coming together. But now FACEIT has launched in Southeast Asia as well. And there's been a huge take-up, actually. They filled all of our servers on day 1. We literally had to get new servers immediately. So going well so far. So Streamline with the aggression. There's going to be a nice tap onto Havoc, and Teddy's going to back off just in case there's more people there. Yam jumping around the corner on some MacGyver business. deoxiDE getting another frag. So this is not terrible for Streamline just yet, but Yam's got an interesting position here. Almost a crossfire with SPUNJ. He's going to take down Nova and be flashed for a second. 3 versus 3. SPUNJ is a feather away from falling, but it's teddyt to go down to Yam. Another trade from Moey. Bomb's being planted on the B site, and I don't think Streamline have realised yet.
No, they've only just cottoned on, and they've got a bit of a marathon to run to get over there. And this is giving the T's just perfect timing to get themselves into beautiful positions. And SPUNJ is going to capitalize. Unfortunately not. deoxiDE turns around just in time, shuts him down. JKS, the last man alive. Can he do it?
Such an open plant as well. The T could be absolutely anywhere. It's going to be a smoke diffuse, and JKS is not going to find him. They're going to find the diffuse. That is massive for Streamline. That kit coming in to so much importance, as they may not have had time to get it otherwise. Surely JKS would have found the frag.
Yeah, he should have been able to. That's fairly unfortunate for VOX, but it's an absolute godsend for Streamline now they're still in the game. They've got the pistol and they can keep the ball rolling, getting those SMGs. deoxiDE also picking up the M4 there. This is where they should be able to get a couple of easy rounds. Just start picking off VOX from range.
Mont's going for a P90 and 1 HE. He's playing the A site, so that spray down might come in handy should VOX opt for a numbers push in that direction. For now, it looks like they're going to go for a mid play, which gives them options if they can make it, but Nova with the FAMAS going to get some work in. Nice flash coming in. They're going to have to look away from that. deoxiDE holding things down there, but he needs to put more distance between him and the others, but he can't do it in time. The Glock going to take him down. Trades all over the place. One man advantage now between that P90 going to come in and clean things up afterwards, and he will swap it out for the M4 of deoxiDE.
Yeah, that was nicely done by Streamline. Still keeping it moving. They want to stay in this game, and they're definitely proving that. But now VOX coming in with the buy. This can be big if they can do the damage, of course, if they can get onto that site. Let's see how they're going to play this, if they're going to go for this all-out aggression that we do usually see from these Oceanic teams. Charging straight towards A there.
Dude, this is where that P90 might have come into handy, but obviously he had to trade it for deoxiDE's gun. Mont going for the aggression there, and he is running despite you unable to hear that. So, yeah, kind of weird bug. But anyway, they're going to be up against it now. As VOX do have the AKs. Mont, though, oh, the timing. Timing is going to be good. JKS going down, and that's a man advantage here for Streamline. And they're all in position to try and put a stop to this, but Havoc's going to get Moey before he can flank the bomb planter.
So AZR there to defend the flank from behind, and he's doing a good job of it. deoxiDE caught, unfortunately, a bit of an awkward position. teddyt only with that MP7 spraying away and hoping he'll be able to find something, but with only 7 HP, it's going to be a bit of a hard task. Flash going out. What will he do here? As he's able to take him down. That is unfortunate for Streamline. Nicely played by VOX, though. That was a good execute from them. A little bit shaky at times, but they were able to bring it back.
Alright, so Streamline put in a difficult situation here. teddyt with a fair amount of money on him, actually, but even he is going to... Okay, it's going to be a late investment of a P250. I think a flash could have come in handy as well. If they went for, say, a B stack, tried to throw a pop flash in with players in checkers, and maybe that can get him a fair few frags, pick up some rifles. But it's going to be only the P250 for him and a P250 for Nova, and that is going to be that.
Yeah, there's early conflict there as well over on B. Yam gets the early frag onto teddyt. Gets him out of the game fairly quickly into the round. There's only one man on B. AZR, though, trying to do some more damage to Streamline. Gets the cheeky frag onto Mont. But look at this. They've scurried away now. They've opted to just try to take it back round, get into A if they can. They're going to be greeted by an open site if they do dare to do so.
Okay, so Streamline going to try and do what they can do. Nice movement there from deoxiDE. Maybe a little bit too late, however. And he should get taken down by JKS, who is to his right. But, oh, he's got someone else to deal with first. And now that may be the jump that deoxiDE needs to pick up this AK, but he should get cleaned up before he can make it. Indeed, he will. See the greed coming out there, but AZR going to be the punisher. Got quite a lot of frags as AZR, but Yam, the new boy, 25 and 8. Holy potatoes.
Yeah, he's a really strong aimer. He just completely rips people away. So it is beautiful to see. teddyt going for that AWP. CT side. This is his domain now. He is a fairly confident AWPer when it comes to the CT side. So let's see what he will be able to do this time around. He's broken up now. It's working towards A. Yam straight through the smoke. Shuts down Mont very, very early on. That's not going to be too great for the CTs. teddyt is primed and loaded, though. He's ready with that AWP. And he will get the shot. Shuts down Yam. Nice play by him.
As they're running distraction, messing around with the door. He has to be careful because he's a bomb carrier. And they are moving away from A. So they're going to have the boost coming into mid. See what they can do with this teddyt not peeking too much. The wall of smoke's out as well. So now this gives the C side significant control. It's a nice Molotov as well, so they can go towards A or B, and they're forcing teddyt away so he can't see where they're going. And in fact, they're going to go through Z connector, it seems, but deoxiDE are going to have some information there for sure.
Interesting. They're just taking their time. They're backing off now. Going to go through the vent, see if they can work their way onto B. JKS is there. He is going to go up against Moey. Will he be able to get the frag? Yes, he will. Straight away through the box. teddyt, prime positions, able to get the double kill there. Beautiful, beautiful play. As a 1-on-2 situation. Starting to thin out the ranks, but can he keep it up? All he has is a Molotov and an AK. Works round to sight, biding his time, but time is not on his favour. He has to go fast, and he charges in. 2 seconds remaining. He gets caught with his pants down.
Yeah, I think he saw the gun through the wall like we did there. As really feeling himself at the moment, you can see him just flying around the map. And I'm not sure what's happened to the bots, but looks like they're gonna have to continue, so hopefully an admin can sort that out soon. Alright, so we've got an 8-round advantage for VOX to play with. JKS just down to a Tech 9 at the moment. See, the T is quite spread out for the time being. I'm not going to have any over-aggression just yet from Streamline. teddyt once again in mid with the AWP. So it seems he's the favoured CT AWPer, and Moey picks it up on the T side, at least on this map.
Yeah, I think it's a setup kind of like that. They switch it about a bit. They're both really good when it just comes down to, I think, the timing, just depending on who's actually confident with it. They both are fairly strong when it comes down to it. JKS just tapping away there, making his presence known over at B.
Okay, so you can see Moey trying to slow things down in case there's aggression towards him, and looks like there will be the split coming in through the vents as well. So it's going to be 5 people versus the 3 CTs who are already there with a fast rotation from another one. Trades coming in, but Moey's holding things down there for Streamline. Good support there from Teddy as well, and then there's going to be too many people for AZR to find. It's going to make it 14-7 in favour of Streamline. So now they're in a position to potentially string some rounds together, surviving with a number of players there. Nova going to need a drop, it seems. You see him crouching there, which is the universal request for needing a drop. So game is finally paused. Alright, so you can see VOX on an average of, say, $2,000, $2,100. I don't think we're going to see much investment from them unless they went for they decided to force. Again, they have a lot of rounds to play with, so they could opt for that to try and keep up the pressure. I expect they'll have stronger executes on their T side, and especially forced by executes as well. So, depending on how confident they're feeling, they could opt for that. We'll have to wait and see once this game is unpaused.
Indeed, we will, and I think it shouldn't take too long. I'm just getting that sorted out.
Yam is heading towards the 30 bomb at the moment.
Yeah, you can definitely see why he was the pickup from VOX. He's definitely a very skilled player. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, they pretty much, looking at the Oceanic forums, I think Yam was the #1 target as soon as they announced that Top Gun would no longer be in the main lineup. It was interesting actually. Yeah, they had Dizzy Life as a 6th for a while, but he was a 6th as opposed to playing for another team, which I thought was bizarre. Yeah. But now he's back in a team. He's on Exile, who are playing next. Exile 5. So lots of mollies on the Streamline team, and VOX do opt for the conservative eco with just a few pistols. But again, the numbers game coming in towards the A site, and there's going to be a retake play here from Streamline. Only Mons on the site, takes 2, gets traded, and we should see a bomb plant here for VOX, which is going to be important going forward.
Look at the flank as well, though. Coming straight through main. They could really get caught off guard because they don't realise he's there, and That's just what will happen. Moey going absolutely huge there. Snuck straight all the way around very early on and went big.
So I think the aim there for VOX was, worst case scenario, get the bomb plant. Any kills are a bonus. And they should get some kills with the bomb plant as well. So nicely done. I'm just going to put a lot of money on the team. Going to go for 5 AKs. And a lot of nades. Full nades for everyone. So we'll have to see what VOX have in the bag for Streamline, who are closing the gap now to 6 rounds. Streamline playing a 1-2-2 at the moment. Looks like deoxiDE will be playing short between A and mid. One going for a push in Squeaky, but he's going to get taken out straight away by JKS, which is going to force the rotation as well.
Yeah, but look at this. They've already snuck their way through mid, and they could go up short if they wanted to. But once again, the flank coming out from behind. They weren't ready for it last time. Will they be ready this time? Here he comes. He captures sight of the bomb, and he gets the kill. Good play from Streamline there, and it's all kicking off on the site. 2v2. Make that a 1v2. SPUNJ is the only man standing, firing away, but he's not going to be able to get anything.
Again, that flank from Moey was so crucial to the victory there. They lost mid, but they basically committed 3 people to the A site, so that really could have gone either way. But it came down to Moey. His rotation through B was so fast there, took down the bomb as well, and pretty much tore VOX apart. This time they're going to go for the Tech 9s. Yam going to spend a bit of extra money. They've got a flash on AZR, which has just been thrown somewhere, and that's about that. Moey, he's far too close against this eco here, and he's going to go down to the Tech 9, and that's going to be a free weapon for VOX. teddyt going to stop JKS from adding to the numbers here, because he's trying to take them by surprise. He's not going to find a frag. But Nova heavily tagged, so he's got to watch out for these P250s.
There are 2 players still on A, because I don't think... Have they actually caught sight of the bomb yet? Have they realised? Or... because they just repositioned themselves a little bit. I don't know if they actually did manage to catch sight of Havoc. This could be interesting as the bomb goes down. They're now finally going back.
Yeah, he's going for the checkers plant as well, which is really good because they have a Yam on the... he's holding an angle on vent, so all they have to worry about really is the CT area. And they're going to have the 2 guns there. This is massive. Now it's Havoc, so Yam's been taken up, moving through mid. So it's a 2 versus 1. They're going to push through the smoke, have a little peek. And again, it is planted for the vents. I'm not sure if he can do it from upper B, but he's going to push himself through the smoke. Oh, is he going to do this? This is absolutely insane. He's going to find both the frags. Great smoke play there by Havoc, and VOX take it to match points.
And that was nicely done by him indeed. Good confidence all around.
Such smart play. Basically made himself a tunnel of smoke there to make him harder to find. Again, with it planted for checkers as well, if they didn't identify where he was before, then they would have no idea where to look. So we're going to have the force buy here from Streamline doing whatever they can. It's a jumbo sale buy. They've gone to the car boot, find whatever they can, including the kitchen sink, and that'll be enough for the opening frag from Moey.
Yama's snuck behind though. He's able to find the frag, tapping away. Gets the first one, gets the second one as well. Big play from Yam there. Opened up the site, cracked it open like an egg, and you keep it moving. Just sight of teddyt, fires off a few pot shots, hits him with a grenade, blows him out of the server. Tries to set fire. The player there. This is nicely done by VOX. Really just textbooks executing. It all comes down to Moey once again on the flank from behind.
He's going to get insta-peeked by multiple people, and that will be a solid 69 for VOX. Very good showing by the #1 team in the Oceanic region. How did you feel about that?
Yeah, it was. I think it was just VOX, as I was saying before. It's more you can tell with the communication and how they just lock down these executes really early. They know how it's going to work. The rotations were on key, and they were just prepared for it time and time again. It was that T side half that I feel Streamline just got blown away far too much. It was beyond recovery.
Yeah, so somewhat of an expected score from VOX there, who will take the first points in the league. So we're going to go to a break and then be back with the second of 3 matches here in the Oceanic region. So we will see you in a few minutes.